Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing very well today. So don't mind my hair. I'm not feeling doing anything with it. So you guys are just going to have to accept me for who I am. But today's video, I'm really excited because I am going to be doing a get ready with me using some products that I recently picked up during the Sephora VIB sale. If you missed that haul video, please be sure to check it out. I will have it linked down below in case you missed it. Please check it out. I picked up some really great goodies, and some of those I am going to go ahead and showcase in today's video. So let's just jump right on in. This product I didn't technically pick up during the actual sale, but I picked it up after the fact, but I wanted to go ahead and just use it anyways. This is the Rare Beauty Tinted Moisturizer. I have the shade 20W. I've already done my skincare. I've already primed. My hair is looking crazy. But I primed using the Milani Chill Out Soothing Primer. And let's just go ahead and use this today. I'm just gonna go ahead and squeeze some on the back of my hand like so, and let's just kind of go in with like layers and go from there. I'm using an actual beauty blender this time, and let's just see how this product builds up. I know that some people don't like to use sponges when they're blending in a tinted moisturizer because sponges tend to soak up a lot of product, but I am just a sponge girl throughout. So I don't really mind that I may have to go in with more product, but so far this is looking pretty good. It's definitely lighter coverage, but that's what I expected. It's a tinted moisturizer, but right off the bat, you can see the difference. It's definitely covered up some redness, and that's pretty much all that I can ask from it. You know what I mean? So far, so good. All right, so I went ahead and finished up applying all over the rest of my face. This is definitely light coverage. You can definitely still see my redness peeking through, but I think overall it did a pretty good job at evening out the complexion, which is mainly what I ask for in a tinted moisturizer. And I think it looks really healthy on the skin. I really love the finish of it, and I can definitely always build up with concealer as far as like my coverage, but I'm gonna go in with the LYS Triple Fix Full Coverage Brightening Concealer. This is not full coverage by any means. I don't know why they have it marketed that way. This is definitely a lighter coverage concealer. I tend to go in with quite a bit just because I like more full coverage. So I'm also going to put some just kind of like on the sides of my face to, again, just kind of build up that coverage that the tinted moisturizer didn't help with. But this concealer, I'm definitely still gathering my thoughts on. The Rare Beauty foundation or the tinted moisturizer, like that is a first impressions. Like I have never used that before. So that was definitely a first impression, and so far so good. This concealer, I just wish it had more coverage. That's the only thing. I wish it had more coverage. I also am not a huge fan of the shade that I picked up for myself. I do have this shade, let me double check. I think it's LN6. Yeah, LN6. And I do think I could probably benefit from a shade lighter. All right, so I'm actually really liking that combination. I feel like the LYS concealer did a good enough job at really just kind of upping the coverage, if you will, of the tinted moisturizer. I kind of like to afterwards use my ring finger just to kind of like further blend out other spots on my face, but I actually am really liking the complexion right now. I was going to say that I really wanted to showcase the tinted moisturizer because I wanted you guys to see it on someone who actually has problematic skin. Like, I have redness, I have texture. I don't have a lot of acne at the moment, which I'm like so grateful for, but I have redness. I have things that do need to get covered up. And so I am someone who likes to go in with some type of, you know, coverage product, whether that be, I mean, I obviously leave the house without makeup. That's not what I'm saying. It's just sometimes, depending where I'm going, I want to have something on my skin. If not, then I'll just go in with like my skincare and be out the door. But for something where maybe like my husband and I are out running errands or something like that, I like to go in with something like a powder foundation or a tinted sunscreen or a tinted moisturizer. And I really think that if you're someone who's worried about the coverage of a tinted moisturizer and whether or not it'll work for you, I think going in with a tinted moisturizer, following up with a concealer, I think will really, really help make you just a little bit more comfortable with using tinted moisturizers, because overall you're not wearing a heavy product on your skin. Because a tinted moisturizer tends to be a little bit more lightweight, you don't feel like you're wearing a full face of foundation, even though you kind of are, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna go ahead off camera, set my concealer and my entire face, and then the rest of the products I can go ahead and do with you guys, but I will be right back. All right, so I went ahead and did quite a bit off camera. I did set underneath my eyes with my Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder, and then I also did go in with my AOA Studio Perfect Loose Powder in the shade Soft Light. This is just what I use to set all over my face. And then I did go ahead and do my brows off camera as well. I used my Kosas brow pencil and brow gel in the shade Medium Brown. Really, really have been loving this combo together. And then I did want to show you on camera another option as far as like upping the coverage with a tinted moisturizer. And I wanted to do it on camera because as I was doing my brows, I noticed like, okay, some of my redness is still peeking through. So I'm going to go in with my Makeup Revolution Powder Foundation. This is specifically the Conceal and Define Satin Matte Powder Foundation. I have the shade P4. So here is what this product looks like. And basically, I'm just going to get my powder brush and dip it into the powder foundation and focus it on the spot where I need more coverage. So that might be all over your face, that might be just like on your cheeks. For me, it's always around my cheeks, which is where I have more redness. I also noticed like on the side of my brow here that I needed more. So I don't want to go too crazy because obviously the more powder foundation you put on, the more it could look cakey. But I did want to show you that on camera, and overall I'm really pleased with the complexion. I think it looks really good. So now we definitely need to add some color to my face here. So I'm going to go ahead and start with bronzing up the skin. During the Sephora VIB sale, I did pick up the Ilia Night Light Bronzing Powder, and I specifically have the shade Drawn In. Really, really happy with this bronzer. It is very, very pigmented though, so I do have to be a little bit careful. And all of my brushes, my main brushes they're drying right now because I washed them earlier. So unfortunately, I don't have the brushes that I normally use. So that's kind of throwing me for a loop also, but I think I should be able to make it work just fine. I also sometimes like to stamp in my products. That kind of helps without, like, to not lose any coverage. Let me check out my other mirror and see how things are looking. I think that bronzed up the skin nicely. I'm not used to seeing myself in a tinted moisturizer because it's been a while. So I am feeling like I could use some more coverage, but that's okay. Now I'm going to go in with the blush, and I have been loving this. I picked this up again during the sale. Pretty much everything that I'm going to be talking about today, besides the things that I did off camera, are things that I picked up during the sale, but this is the Melt Digital Dust Duo Blush and the shade Raw Honey. So stunning, so pretty. Really, really happy with this product. And I am basically just going to apply this onto the skin with my Flower Beauty blush brush. I, again, really am missing my current, like my favorite brushes that I'm using, but that's okay. This is gonna work just fine. But this is just such a stunning, stunning formula. It doesn't emphasize texture, and I feel like it gives your skin just a nice glow. And I also like that you don't have to go in with highlighter also, because it does give you a glow. You can definitely see that on camera. I feel like maybe on this side I need a little bit more. Okay, I feel like that looks good. Yeah, I'm really, really happy. I feel like I may need to bronze up just a little bit more on the forehead maybe. Let's see, because I don't want to look too fair. Okay, I think that looks good. All right, now let's go in with eyeshadow. So I picked up 2 eyeshadow palettes during the sale. I picked up the Pat McGrath Bridgerton palette, which has really been beautiful. I've really been liking it, but I also picked up the Patrick Ta Major Dimensions 2 Rose palette, which is this beauty right here. And this one has just been super stunning. I've really been liking it. Kind of hard to open, not gonna lie, but this is really, really beautiful. So I'm gonna go ahead and play around with this one today. I have already primed my eyelids using my Urban Decay primer potion in the shade, is it Eden? Yes, Eden. So that gives like a little bit of tint to the eyes, a little bit of coverage. All right, so I don't want to do anything too crazy just because obviously I don't have a full coverage base on right now, but let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with this shade right here and apply this into the crease. I'm gonna zoom y'all in a bit. And this is a very pigmented palette, just so you know. It is very, very pigmented. And I'm just going to start working this into the crease. I think I'm gonna just go for the gold shimmer shade on the lid, or maybe I'll do the pink, I don't know. I think either will match the blush that I just put on, so that's nice. But I've been really impressed with this palette. One day last week I used it and I did a pretty full-blown look, and it lasted all day long. I was really, really impressed with the shimmer shade because I felt like it lasted a really long time for metallic. So I was really, really pleased with that. And I was using my Lorac eyeshadow primer. So today I'm using the Urban Decay, so we'll see. But usually the Urban Decay one does pretty well for me, so we shall see. But so far, so good with this palette. I am liking it more than his first palette that he launched. Really liking that. I might have brought it in just a little bit too far, so sometimes when I do that, I just like to go in with a little bit of a lighter shade and just kind of start blending right above that. Okay, so that looks good. Now I'm gonna go in with the next shade over, this shade right here, and just start building this into the crease. I have been loving this brush from Profusion. This is the Pointed Crease Eyeshadow Brush. It's the ES3. Really been loving this one. I found it at Walmart, so if your Walmart has Profusion, I highly recommend checking out the eye brushes. I've heard the face brushes are good also, but this eye brush is really good. I've been loving it for this point, like for this reason exactly, just kind of putting the color into the crease and blending out. So even though that wasn't the deepest shade in the palette, you can see how much depth that brought into the look. I mean, it really, I was about to put that into my mouth. I do that a lot. Sometimes when I'm getting ready, I like just place something in my mouth real quick if I need to grab something. That's probably not the most sanitary, but I'm the only one using my brushes, so it's fine. But yeah, this palette can really give you depth. Like, it really can. Don't think that because it's a rosy toned palette that you can't get anywhere when it comes to depth, because you definitely can. So I wanted to talk to you guys about a few things. So I posted the what's in my travel makeup bag video, and I wanted to talk about that trip. So my husband and I had a few days off for Easter, and that was really nice. So we actually ended up going to Corpus. We absolutely love Corpus. It's not too far from us since we're located in San Antonio. But we had a really good time. I wish the weather was a little bit nicer. My husband is never one to complain, so he was like, it was perfect, babe, it was perfect, like no need to like worry about anything. But we didn't get to go to the beach as much as I thought, and like even our like, I don't know, I was just like really looking forward to it. And as I'm sure you could tell in my like what's in my travel makeup bag video, I packed like so many things for like the beach, for like glowing makeup, and it was just not that vibe whatsoever. But it's okay, we still had a really great time. I'm gonna dip ever so slightly into this deepest shade right here and really just focus it on the outer corner right here, and I'm not bringing it into the crease. But we had a really good time. We got there on Thursday, the week of Easter, like that weekend of Easter. We got there that Thursday. We actually went to the Selena Museum because my husband had never been there before. And so of course I had been, but it had been a really long time. Huge fan of Selena growing up. And she's from, well, she's not from Corpus, but she lived the majority of her life there. Her very unfortunately short life there. But anyways, yeah, so we did that. That was really fun. And then we had so much good food. We're the type of people that we really like to test out like new restaurants and like new coffee shops and things like that. And we definitely like to make sure that we're doing things that maybe we can't really do at home. Of course, we'll do like our normal shopping, but because like for instance, like you guys know, I'm a huge like TJ Maxx shopper. And so sometimes I like to go to like the TJ Maxx's out of town because sometimes they carry things that like mine don't, right? Same thing for him. Like he loves like half price books. Not all half price books are the same. So like sometimes he'll go to like half price books out of town too, but we did a lot of other things too. Like he found like some local game stores. That was really fun for him. We also found like a local bookstore. That was really fun. So we just had a really good time. And yeah, make time for yourself, make time for you and your spouse. It's really important. We hadn't really done anything in a really long time, probably since last time we went to Corpus, and we're actually trying to do something maybe special next year, like actually travel, but we'll see. Because traveling with your spouse is like a whole other thing. Like I feel like you can love your spouse so much, but when you travel with them, like you create such a close bond with them because you just spend so much time with them. And then whenever it's time to go back to reality, you actually like, you miss them. You know, I miss my spouse all the time, even at work. Like I'm texting him like, how's it going? You know, cause like, that's just what we do. You know, like we text each other during the day and that's just what we do. Some people may find it a bit much, but I don't. My favorite shade, and I'm gonna go in with it, is this one, This is just stunning. Like nothing beats this in my opinion. It is just so pretty. So I just put on my NYX glitter glue, and then now I'm gonna go in with this beautiful shade on the lid. But yeah, I just wanted to talk to you about that trip because I know I posted that video about it. And then really funny, I guess, and off topic is I have a different job. I never talked to y'all about that because I didn't want to like speak too soon. But yeah, I have a different job. The last time, so I started a job last December, right after, like right before my graduation, I think. And then, yeah, I don't have that job anymore. I left that job. I'm doing something different now. So, and I've been there for like about a month. The reason I didn't say anything, not because I was trying to hide it from y'all, but because I wasn't sure if I had gotten it or not. Like I hadn't heard back. And so like I just assumed that I didn't get it. So I was just like, okay, like I'm just gonna, like I told my husband, I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna move on. Cause like I had already, like I was at the last job I was at for 2 months and I left because it was just really stressful. And like I said, I had interviewed for the job that I have now, and it was, I thought it had gone like really well, and I was like really excited because long story short, the place that I'm working at, I used to work at. And so I was glad to be going back, different position, different department, but still like the same place. And so I just assumed like that I didn't get it because I just didn't hear back. But then like randomly one day they were like, oh yeah, so like had HR contacted you, and I was like, what? Like, so yeah, so I've been there for like a month, and so far so good. It's just nice to kind of have some consistency, and I really like I said, I've worked there before, so it's really nice that it's like a familiar place. It's just now it's like getting used to like the new department, the new coworkers, that kind of thing. But I was given a pretty good Easter break, so that was good. And so far, yeah, like I'm liking it. It's similar to what I used to do when I worked at this location or at this place. It's just, like I said, different department, so it has like a little bit of a difference. So I'm going in with my L'Oreal Bambi Eye. My dog is barking like crazy, so this is probably going to be muted. All right, so this is the completed look. What do you guys think? I really like this palette. You guys kind of saw what I did, but just to reiterate, this is so hard to open. I did go in with this shade in the crease, then I put a little bit of this one on the outer crease, and then I really just put a little bit of this on the outer, and then this all over the lid. Really love that metallic shade. Like it is so pretty. Every time I use this palette, I can't help but use it. So I'm really happy with this palette. I really like it. If I had one critique, I would say I don't like this shade. I don't. I wish it would have just been a complete like rosy toned palette. I feel like this makes it very warm toned, and I don't like it. So that's probably the only thing. Other than that, I like the rest of it. It's really just that one shade because I don't like warm tones very much. I'm definitely more of like a neutral, cool toned, mauvey toned, purpley toned type of girl. But anyways, yeah, so kind of going back to my conversation, I'm sorry that I didn't tell y'all before. I just really wanted to make sure that I had some consistency before I came on and like updated y'all, because I don't want y'all guys to like view me in a bad way, you know, like even though I'm a smaller channel, y'all guys mean a lot to me, and like the way that y'all view me means a lot. And so yeah, but I also want to be honest with you because I'm just a girl who struggles like everybody else, and my career has been something that my job, my work, everything has been something that's really been stressful for me over the past year or so. Honestly, I feel like since 2019, unfortunately, but yeah, it is what it is. But hopefully now I can just, like, the job that I have right now, it's pretty standard, which is good. I don't really like travel very much. I don't really work outside of that Monday through Friday, which is really nice. And so now I feel like I can devote more time to my YouTube channel. And that is one thing. I have seen some growth on my YouTube channel and I'm so excited. My goal now is to get to 500 subscribers. That way I can actually start using my community tab for you guys, because I really want to hear y'all's inputs. I want to get to the point where maybe y'all pick out my shop my stash items based on like a poll or something. So yeah, I really want to hear from you guys more. And I think the community tab will be a perfect way to go about doing that. So anyways, videos are going to continue coming. I am really motivated and I feel like I'm in a good place right now with my channel because I am seeing that growth. And so it's basically like reinforcing me to like want to continue producing content for you all. So please like and comment and subscribe. Like, all of that really helps. Let your friends know that, you know, your other makeup lover friends know, like, hey, like, check out Sabrina, like, you know, she does really cool makeup videos. Like, I would love for you guys to like refer me to your friends. But thank you guys for all of your support. It really does mean a lot as I continue to grow. But anyways, really off topic, I know, but looking back, I'm like, is this going to match? I think it should. Yeah, I think so. So this is my ABH lipstick. It's the Satin lipstick formula in the shade Peach Amber. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. Yeah, I think that matches okay. These lipsticks smell so good, but that is everything that I picked up from the sale. Let me just quickly go through my speed reviews really quickly. The Rare Beauty Tinted Moisturizer, I definitely want to continue using this, but I'm really like happy with it so far. Let me zoom y'all out. But I'm really happy with it so far. I love that it covered up what I wanted it to, and it evened out the complexion. It's definitely a tinted moisturizer. Like, it's definitely light coverage. Don't think that, you know, you can go in with like multiple layers and it'll build up. I really do think it's kind of going to stick at that light coverage like range. But I'm excited to continue using this, and I will try you know, to keep in mind like how it's wearing tonight throughout the day. That is contradicting. I will try to keep in mind how it's wearing the rest of tonight. Right now it is 3:50, so in the afternoon, so I probably will wear it until just this evening and that's it. But really like hopeful about this one. The LYS Beauty, or the LYS Triple Fix Full Coverage Concealer, this one might be growing on me. It might be. It's definitely lighter coverage. Again, with the shade, I might go ahead and exchange it for a lighter shade, maybe just going up one shade. But I felt like this actually built up fairly nicely, and because it's a lighter coverage concealer, I do have to go in with quite a bit, but I don't mind because it feels very lightweight. So I might go ahead and exchange this for the shade Up, but I will continue using it because I want to make sure that I even like it before I exchange it, if you know what I mean. What else? The other products that I picked up was the Ilia bronzer. Loving this, you guys. This is definitely a win for me. This is again the Nightlight bronzing powder. Really love this one. I'm very happy with this bronzer. Again, I have the shade Drawn In. Really happy with this one. I will say the brush that I use is a little bit different for me, so that probably threw me off a little bit, but I've been loving this, so I'm really happy with this purchase. You guys know how much I've been loving this Melt blush. Again, this is the Digital Dust Duo blush in the shade Raw Honey. Loving this so much. I'm tempted to buy the other one, but you guys know how many freaking blushes I have. It's ridiculous. These I didn't pick up from Sephora, but the set was, so it came with this brow pencil, this brow gel, and a clear brow gel in a set for like $39. I picked that up from Kosas from the website, but they did have this set at Sephora. So anyways, This is great. I'm really, really loving this. I love the clear brow gel. I love the tinted brow gel, and I'm really loving the pencil. So I'm really hopeful about these Kosas products, and I'm really, really impressed with them. And then finally, the palette. Really, really loving this one. It's definitely not replacing like my Natasha Denona Retro palette. I still love that one, but I feel like this is a little bit different than the retro palette in the sense of this one is definitely more pinky and the retro one is more mauvey, more purpley, and this still falls a little bit neutral still. This still falls a little bit more warm toned than the retro. So I definitely do feel a little bit of a difference between the two, but these shimmer shades are something special. They really are. They're super pretty. I recommend though, this is $68. It's more expensive than a midi Natasha Denona palette. I recommend picking up this palette on a sale. I will say Patrick Ta stuff does not go on sale very much. They don't really have a Black Friday sale that I've seen historically. I feel like the greatest deal you can really get on Patrick Ta is during the Sephora VIB sale. So I would recommend a few things. One, purchase during the VIB sale. Or if you follow, I think it's Beauty Deals BFF on Instagram. I don't know if it's in October or November, but there is a Sephora Employee Appreciation Sale. And she will share the links for people that send her like the link for people to get 20% off at Sephora. So stay tuned about that, because I have gotten that 2 years in a row now where someone will share the link, like their code, and then I'm able to get 20% off during that Sephora Employee Appreciation or something. So I would recommend picking it up during that time, or if you can find someone who's like a Patrick Ta affiliate or something, then you can get it for like maybe 10 or 15% off, but 20% off would be the best. And if you're not Rouge at Sephora, then you can probably get it during that employee appreciation sale. But that is my thoughts on the palette. I think it's beautiful, but I don't think it's worth more than Natasha Denona prices, if you know what I mean, because I do prefer Natasha Denona's formula, but that one does come pretty close. And then lastly, the ABH lipstick. Really, really love this lipstick formula. The shade is really pretty also. I love how it complements the blush that I used as well as the eyeshadow, but that is everything. I hope that you enjoyed this kind of like chatty get ready with me, but also just kind of showcasing some of the products that I picked up from the Sephora VIB sale. How many times are you gonna hear that saying, Sephora VIB sale, Sephora VIB sale? Like, I feel like it's been all over the place on YouTube, but it's the best time of the year. It really is, in my opinion. But anyways, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of my YouTube channel family here. Thank you guys so much for watching and for all of your support. I love you all so much, and I will go ahead and see you in my next video. Bye!